callers and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Good evening, everyone. Hello out there.
Welcome to the weekend. I'm Gerald.
And I'm Lori.
And we are the Healthy Credit Gals. Our goal is to educate you on credit and financial matters. Join us on this journey to increase your awareness of credit and health and how they impact your life.
If you've ever experienced financial stress, and most of us have at some point, then you know how unsettling it can be. There are many ways to actively take control of the situation, restore your credit score, and rebuild your purchasing power.
If you have a question and want to join the show, call in at 888-565-1470 and let us guide you in creating financial fitness and peace of mind.
Hey everybody, welcome to our show, The Healthy Credit Gals. We're so excited to be back with you this week. And we have a lot to talk about this week. We've been spending a lot of time in the community, and we want to get some good conversation going about the community, giving back and being involved in the community.
So hi everyone, I'm Gerald and I'm here with Lori.
Hey.
And hi. I think we're stretching it this week. We are introducing our passions and living life and giving back and all those things that I think the majority of us are striving for. And how do you do that? And so we're very excited.
Yeah, so really there's been a lot of stress going on over the last several months, just with all the disasters that happen, and we all have a lot of daily stress.
Yes.
Actually, and it depends on what your situation is. If you have medical issues, if you have financial issues, all of it, right? I mean, we're big about finances. Can you tell? We really want to empower people to take control of their financial health, and what that does for you is really gives you a peace of mind.
Right. And finding the silver lining, finding that focusing on what you do have and what you do want as opposed to what you don't want and what you don't have makes a world of difference in people's lives. And I know a lot of times we get so hung up on what is going wrong, what is not going right, and it becomes it just keeps evolving. You get more of what you don't want. So the truth is you do get what you think about. Got to think about the positive things.
I'll have to just share a story. Just recently, yesterday, I had a full day planned, and this is really just a story about how you really have to release.
Yep.
We had a horrible storm going on here. Downpouring rain where you couldn't even see in front of you. I'm driving down the street. I had a full day planned, and I was all dressed up. Luckily, for some reason, I knew with the rain coming, I had flip-flops on and had my heels in a bag, which was really, in hindsight, I'm so happy. But
yeah, you can't ruin the shoes.
It's not even about ruining the shoes. It was about just not planning and not knowing what's coming ahead. So I pull up to a light, and my car was acting a little bit funny. I don't know, with the rain, whatever it was, but I decided, okay, let me just put it into park a minute, and that should clear it out. Put it into park, turn it off, turn it back on. Well, it never turned back on. There I was in the downpouring rain, blocking a lane of traffic with my car full of stuff, ready for this meeting.
And you're not going anywhere.
And I was not going anywhere. And I had to just take a minute and think about, what do I need to do? I made the phone calls I needed to do. I was able to get the things that I had in my car picked up in the downpouring rain by somebody else so that they could utilize them at the meeting. And yes, I think surrendering to the moment and just allowing the moment to let you know, yes, you are not in control.
Right. The universe had something else in store for you that day. So
I think it's really important to just know, even as much as we plan everything, we don't plan to have financial issues we don't plan to have stress.
And we don't plan on having health issues.
Correct.
It's somebody else.
Yes. So really just learning how to roll with things, how to release, how to surrender, and how to make the best of it and find, like you said, the silver lining in whatever that moment is.
Right. And I think maybe this is a perfect opportunity to start introducing our guests.
Yes, I think so. So what, you want to start with Lisa there?
Sure. Okay, so Lisa.
Hello.
Lisa's been a dear friend of mine for years, and we're so excited to have you on the show. So I was lucky enough, my kids went to a school, and Lisa was their photographer. And if you know Lisa, to have Lisa as your school photographer, what an amazing,
Thanks.
it was amazing.
Thank you.
So Lisa Nalvin is one of our guests, and she describes herself as a
Philanthropist?
philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Okay.
It's a mouthful. Photo philanthropist.
The word of the day today,
Exactly.
okay? We're teaching everybody a new
And
word.
she's an artist. I mean, she started as a dancer in New York, and her photography is amazing. And when you can say that a picture says 1,000 words, it's just so true. A picture says 1,000 words, and it's a lot. I mean, you're an artist, and you're so lucky
you.
to be able to live your passion. So we'll turn it over to.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know Gerald just took away your wham, but there's a lot more to you than just the few little words that we shared.
Well, I am, to me, my passion, I am so grateful that I am able, it almost makes me cry because I am so lucky, partly because of the choices I made in my life and the hard work that I made in my life, even though I am lucky that I'm married to a man who is fiscally responsible, as me, as somewhat of a starving artist in my life, but I also did the work even emotionally to be in a healthy relationship, to sustain a relationship, so that my life is so blessed today. And I am able to really, now that my kids are out of school, because I raised my kids, I worked as a photographer, but I've always done philanthropy through it all. And if I didn't have the money to donate, I gave of my time, from volunteering at Bellevue Hospital, a child life program when I was a kid in my 20s, to Special Olympics, to now I'm a regular volunteer at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, work with a lot of kids with cancer, senior citizens. I don't say no to anything, pretty much. I work with kids in foster care. I go to a camp for kids in foster care. I mean, I could go on and on and on
And
about
you've
that.
done humanitarian trips to Haiti
Yes, I have.
and
Mexico, and wherever I go, I'm actually going to Asia. Wherever I go, I try to incorporate some kind of service to giving back. And I'm lucky that I have a gift that I can give that the majority of people can't afford to have.
It's such a beautiful
So-
gift. This is one of your. Should we hold it up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this one though, but this.
Tilt it a little this
Okay,
way.
and this is the reason why I'm showing this, which is not typical of what I do at all, that sort of collage photography, is because that I shot in Cuba, and while I was in Cuba, I was doing some philanthropy, and I also was, I'm donating a percentage back to a place in Cuba for a center that helps, okay,
Keep going.
everything, okay. So I'm using this as also, because even if I sell this image, $100 will go back to Cuba for doing
That's
that.
So nice.
So.
I have to ask you, Lisa, what is it that instilled in you the giving back? Because it's so rare to find somebody that is just so passionate about giving in so many different areas. Usually we're focused on one area, but to have so many different areas of giving back, something must have exposed you to that when you were young, maybe?
I always say, like, all my good stuff really came from my mother. There was something about my mother. She was always, my family was in the restaurant and bar business in Manhattan. If someone didn't have a place to go for Thanksgiving, they came to our house. My mother, I always like to say this, when my mother died, we sat around outside of the pool, and someone asked how many people had slept in my mother's bed. And there was a huge amount of arms that went up, because my mother, if you didn't have a place to stay, so she really instilled in me that it was being kind and giving back under any circumstances is the way to be. And when people thank me a lot, I go, to me, this is normal. It's abnormal not to give back.
Yes.
And I am so grateful that I'm in a position where I can do that. My kids are raised. I work so that I can really sustain my gift. And I will just do one more plug for me for what I'm doing now, what I'm most passionate about is that I just started a blog. It took me 2 years to figure this out, but I'm doing that, and I am profiling people who face challenges, who rise to the occasion, who can speak authentically, who can share things like, I believe you're as sick as your secrets, and that I call it our common humanity our collective humanity, because it really highlights our sameness and not our differences. And we judge each other, whether it's through not being able to say hello to someone because you're uncomfortable because they're sick, or it could be, you don't have empathy for someone because they have so much, and what do you have to worry about? Well,
Right.
everybody's got stuff.
Everyone has stuff.
So that's what it's kind of about, and that's really what my passion is. And,
That's such a beautiful story.
yeah. So that's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Why don't we want to take a break real quick, and we'll come back, and we're going to talk more with our artists in the house. Stay with us.
Celebrity Mortgage Corporation, where everyone is treated like a star. The process of obtaining a mortgage to purchase or refinance residential property doesn't have to be overwhelming. I'm Tanya Quarequio, the owner of Celebrity Mortgage and a licensed loan officer. Celebrity Mortgage has helped thousands of clients in Florida realize their dream of homeownership, and we can help you too. We know every family and individual is unique in their needs and requirements. As a mortgage brokerage business, we have access to hundreds of loan programs and thousands of lenders. We will help find the right program that works for you. Tanya Quarequio, NMLS 88836, Celebrity Mortgage, NMLS 206978, where everyone is treated like a star.
You've been listening to the Healthy Credit Gals inform you of how important good credit is and the stressful impact bad credit can have on your overall well-being. Visit our website at thehealthycreditgals.com.
Did you know most
and
people have no idea how their credit score works and no idea what their credit score is? Most people think just paying bills on time will ensure the best score possible. The reality is, 5 factors determine your credit rating: types of credit, length of credit, amount owed, inquiries, and payment history.
Did you know an employer can use your credit scores and history to determine whether they want to hire you? Your credit scores determine the premiums you pay for insurance on your car and homeowners insurance, as well as other premiums. Your credit score also determines the interest rates for your mortgage and car loans. Even your utilities and cell phone is based on your credit score. Crazy, right? Low credit scores is like flushing money down the drain.
We can put money back in your pocket. Tune in and let's talk credit. We are the Healthy Credit Gals. Let us show you how to create financial fitness and peace of mind.
Did you know that having less than perfect credit can cost you upwards of $1 million in interest rates, fees, and other unnecessary charges over your lifetime? And did you know 80% of credit reports have errors causing lower credit scores? And did you know 43 million people have a credit score of 599 or less?
Less than perfect credit leaves you with little or no control. The Healthy Credit Gals can help. We are the Healthy Credit Gals. Let us show you how to create financial fitness and peace of mind. Tune in and let's talk credit on 1470 AM and 95.3 FM.
You've been listening to the Healthy Credit Gals inform you of how important good credit is and the stressful impact bad credit can have on your overall well-being. Visit our website at thehealthycreditgals.com and learn what options you have. Now, let's get back to the show.
We are back, and we're here with Lori and Gerald and Lisa, and we're going to introduce another Lori shortly. But first, we want to introduce the Youth Literacy Youth Financial Literacy Foundation and their scholarship program, because that's really close to our hearts, and it's going on now. And if you're a senior, you want to be in this.
High school senior or college freshman. So our company does this every single year, and we kick it off in October. You are able to share this with any high school seniors that you know, as well as any college freshmen. We gave away $100,000 last year. And actually, we've given away more and more money each year for this scholarship program. This year, we're giving away a total of $225,000 in scholarship money.
There's 30 places, so 30 opportunities. That's
So
huge.
really, people just want to be able to share this with any youth. We're passionate about educating youth about finances and what they have to do in order to qualify. They go into this program, they'll read about what the requirements are, but really it's taking a test about finances and then writing an essay. They submit it, and then the top 30 winners are going to get scholarship money. And that top place is $25,000. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity, and I think learning that, the money coming in is a top number, the money going out is subtracted from that, and the money left over wants to be in the positive. Like, that's probably the basics.
Basic math. Yeah, basic math.
And you may
right?
never get into trouble if you stick to that basic math, but for some reason, the majority of us don't do that.
Well, when you
And-
talk about credit cards, it can be very
Right.
confusing when you're in college and you've never been taught how to
And
use
now
them.
Venmo, oh, can you Venmo me?
So I had never even heard of that before, but really there's so much going on out there that it's distracting for our youth. And we really want to make sure that our youth has a good understanding of finances so that they can be successful and have
Right.
financial health very easily. The stress that comes from not having financial health,
It's
having
huge.
any kind of money issues, just like any other issue, can play a very big role in disease in your body, stress, and
Right.
how it affects your entire body and your
It
health.
does. So if we can teach at the root, and our youth are the root, how to do things right, maybe they can avoid some of the same mistakes that they've seen their parents make. That's the goal. Is
Yeah,
really to have
so-
responsibility, fiscal responsibility.
And this is a way that they can make money for themselves and help put themselves through school.
Yeah.
So you want to check it out. You're going to go to yflfoundation.org. YFL, Youth Financial Literacy, yflfoundation.org. And when you go there, you're going to find the scholarship tab, and you click on Enroll Now. And that doesn't mean you're enrolling for it. That just is going to give you all the details and all the information of what you will need to do, the deadlines. The deadline actually isn't until December 15th. So if you're an educator, if you're a school principal, or if you're a parent or an auntie or whatever
Right.
you are, I mean, everybody knows a college freshman or a high school senior, and this is just something that can really help them. And we're helping the community and educating our youth.
Right. This is, I would imagine that your competition's going to be not, it may be large, but you got a good chance. Apply.
Yeah.
If you apply, you have a chance.
And if you don't, you don't.
Right.
Right? So it's very simple and straightforward. It's anybody across the United States. So you can share it with relatives, you can share it with anybody that you happen to know in the United States. They can apply for it. We had over 100 people apply last year, and I'm sure are going to double that this year. So get active, share this with people, and help make an impact. Just by sharing it, you make an impact.
Right.
So let's go ahead and introduce our second artist of the day, Lori Samuels. And I know Lori, we all kind of know Lori for a very long time. Lori Samuels is the owner of Heart to Heart Art. She also is the co-founder of Touch a Heart Foundation. And Lori, welcome to the show. We're just excited to have you here. And we're excited for you to share a little bit about what you do.
Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Definitely. So share a little bit about how did you get started in the same thing I asked Lisa. What made you've always been a giver. What made you start doing that with Touch a Heart way back when?
I grew up with a philosophy in my home with my parents of tikkun olam, which in Hebrew translate to repairing the world or healing the world.
Repairing the world or healing the world. How beautiful is that?
That's all about just giving back. So I wanted to continue that philosophy with my own children, who are now 26 and 28. But when they were 3 and 5, we used to visit a low-income daycare center every week called Camp Blanding, and it was part of the Family Central social service agencies. We would go every week. My older one had just learned to read, and she would read to the little 2 and 4-year-olds, and we would give them holiday parties and Valentine's Day parties, and they would just, I was trying to teach them how fortunate they were to be able to have what they have and to give back. And it was really amazing when we would do the holiday parties and we would give out the gifts. You know, our kids just rip open the gifts and can't wait to get it. These children would just sit there and wait until they were told to open their gifts with such respect, because they probably didn't get that many. And one of my very distinct memories is one of the little boys opening, it was a book, and him just taking the book when he opened it and putting it into his
How
heart
sweet.
and kissing it. And it's funny the things you remember, all the times we went for so many years every week, right? So my kids grew up like that. And we would adopt families for the holidays. And my neighbor across the street, who is my good friend, was also doing this with individual families through Family Central. But I didn't know it. One time, her son was having like a 6th or 7th birthday party, and she said, "No gifts, please. Just bring a gift for a less fortunate child. I'm going to donate it to some families through the Family Social Service
How
Agency." And we're
sweet.
going, "What? We've been going there every week for a couple of years." So then we merged together and we formed Touch a Heart Foundation.
Nice.
And what Touch a Heart does is our mission is to enhance the lives of low-income children and their families. And we have a big effort during the holidays where members of the community in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach can adopt families, much like you see in the newspaper or on
Right.
Neighbors for Neighbors, where you can adopt a family or a daycare center or a group home. And over the years, we've adopted thousands of families, over the years,
Yeah.
cumulatively. And we shop, wrap, and deliver the gifts and bring them. So it's very
Nice.
hands-on.
That's so nice.
That's great.
That's the best.
I've had my same adopted family for about 12 years. I've watched the kids grow up and everything. So, we do school supplies. So, Touch a
great.
Heart Foundation, everything comes from the heart.
So let's switch gears now and share with us how you got started with Heart to Heart Art and what that means and what that does for you and for others.
Thank you. Well, I've always been an artist. I had to put it on hold. I worked for Senator Bob Graham for many years, and I was a political fundraiser in that kind of crazy world. And then Senator Graham got out of the presidential race in 2004, and 3 months later I was diagnosed with breast cancer. But it's also the same year we started Touch a Heart Foundation. And thank goodness I'm fine, and went through what I had to go through and found every silver lining I could, from my hair looking good to a wig, with wigs to having the best hair ever. I just found every lining there was. And I just thought about today, I was just thinking about how maybe I was fortunate that I was only 44 years old and my kids were 12 and 15, because I had to just maintain that normal life, because I had to run them to school. I had to take them to soccer practice. I had my daughter's bat mitzvah. There was no time for it. But then I did need to take time to heal. and heal myself and always healing others too. So I started painting again, and I started painting hearts. There's so much that when you look at a heart, or you feel it, you don't just see it, you feel it. I put a lot of, when I start painting my canvases, before I even start drawing the heart or painting the heart, I'll write a lot of healing messages behind it, and then I'll paint it.
Nice.
So you may look at this heart and go, oh, that's a beautiful heart. But you feel something and you don't know what it is because you don't know I put all those healing messages in there.
I think that's so awesome. I love the whole process, and actually I know that you are a breast cancer survivor, and that's something that you didn't really speak about
For 13 years.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that this is part of your healing and your
It
giving
is.
back as well.
It is. And one of the things, part of how I formed, I didn't even realize it, but a precursor to owning Heart to Heart Art candles was during my treatment, my girlfriend Jody used to bring over aromatherapy candles. And lavender is a very relaxing and healing scent. She would bring over other scents too. And the aromatherapy is so healing in so many ways, and my candles are non-toxic because I don't think most people know that candles with synthetic fragrances emit a toxic chemical, carcinogenic chemical, and it's a new secondhand smoke. So my candles are all made of essential oils extracted from plants and botanicals, a non-GMO soy, and a cotton wick. So they're healthy candles, actually. So there's so many physical health benefits and emotional health benefits from essential oils. So it's another healing modality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we started on that project together
And
years
we
ago,
started
right?
Yes, we did.
So
And
it's kind of funny to
just-
think how
I
things
know.
come about, and you never know who you're going to have into your life for whatever reason. But I was on a mission just with my breast cancer girlfriends to create something, and I started creating the soy candles, and that's how we started working together
Right.
to put the art on the
Such a small
candles.
world.
It is.
Yeah.
And I honestly started my company to find a way to combine for my love of painting and my passion for giving back.
Right.
And it comes from your heart. So it just made sense to me, you know?
So I think the healing benefits are just so interesting
Right.
too, right?
And I did have the opportunity to see Lori speak the other night, which was so beautiful. And my takeaway was a number of things. I mean, as she said, she was so busy, she didn't have time to focus on that C word.
That was a good thing.
Which was, right, that was a silver lining. And, you know, taking the time to heal and sometimes helping others to heal heals yourself. And so when things start to go awry, if you can reach out and volunteer, sometimes that's the healthiest thing you can possibly do, not only for yourself, but the community at large. And it's a beautiful win-win-win type of situation.
And one thing I wanted to add, the most important thing to me is when I said I did this so I can combine my passion for giving back, like my friend here, I give a portion of my proceeds back to Touch a Heart Foundation, mostly. That was how I started it. But it's kind of evolved, and it's whatever charity I may be doing an event for. And in October, a portion of all proceeds of any paintings or candles are going back to a local breast cancer foundation that helps low-income breast cancer patients. So, but for the holiday season, it will probably be for Touch a Heart, because then we can adopt more families.
That's great.
And like you said about service, and I think we all believe this, it doesn't matter whether it's a health crisis, a financial crisis, divorce, loss of a loved one, whatever difficulties we face in life. Sometimes when you start going to that dark place or feeling sorry for yourself, it's all about service. If you go out and help someone else, first of all, they're going to get the benefit of you helping them. and it will also make you feel better. I'm gonna go on a tangent for just a minute. My friend participated in a suicide prevention panel the same night that I spoke, and I watched her presentation on video, and she gave a lot of pointers to parents, because the most common age is between like 16 and 24. And when she was giving the tips, she talked about service and giving back. When you see that your child or someone is depressed, how can you help them? And she said, see if you can find a way to get them to do some community service.
That's a
Community
great idea.
service is always, I think if you're giving to others and you're being able to feel the energy that comes back to you from giving, I think that alone in itself takes your mindset out of whatever you're in for the moment, and you're able to just project something positive into somebody else. It always comes back in a positive
Absolutely.
way.
Now, you may be out there listening, okay, these two amazing women, they've been blessed. I mean, absolutely. They have the opportunity to do the give back on their terms. And you may be saying, how does this relate to me? Well, the truth is that you do have to start with yourself. And maybe you are struggling financially. You start with you, and you got to take care of yourself first, and then you can give as much as you possibly can. So as they say in the airplane, put the air mask on yourself first, because you can't save your child if you're dead. So yeah,
Just to be blunt about it.
I mean, really. So we do. Lori and I are. I mean, we were fortunate enough to invite our artist friends. We're the Healthy Credit Gals. We're in the financial end, and it isn't as sexy, I don't think, but it can be.
It can be very rewarding,
The
actually.
business opportunity that we have for a minimum amount, to own your own business and have the opportunity to build it how you want to, and then you can go and do all these fun and amazing things.
And
That's where you can start.
And the time freedom. I
Right.
mean, obviously, if you're just looking to make a little bit of additional money and you already have the time freedom, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you're looking for additional income, this could work for you, as well as somebody that's just looking to get out of the corporate structure that you work 9 to 5 for somebody else,
Right.
or you work whatever shift, or you're on call for whatever hours that you're required for your job.
Right.
This
Or
is
just
something to get out of
another
that as
stream.
well.
It's just another stream, and to start having multiple streams of income.
Yes. So important.
I mean, none of us, listen, if you have your own job, own business, or you have a 9 to 5 job, do any of us really know what's going to happen tomorrow? So it's really important, I think, in today's market to be proactive as opposed to reactive, because then when a catastrophe happens, which has happened numerous times, you're a little bit more prepared. If you know that you have money coming in, whether you're working your 9 to 5 or not, it makes a huge difference on how you're going to survive that week or 2 weeks, or now going on months in other areas.
And the great thing is we get paid every single week. So
Right.
maybe some weeks are better than others. Maybe if you're going through an illness and you don't feel like working 1 week, but you can put extra effort in another week.
Right.
You actually control your own hours, your income, and your own schedule. So if
Yeah.
that sounds enticing to you and you want to just check it out, you can go to thehealthycreditgals.com, our website.
Our Facebook page.
And actually, there on our website, there's a tab that says business opportunity. Check it out there and let us know if you have any questions or any interest, and we will be happy to guide you back. So with that,
We're going to take a break. Did you know that having less than perfect credit can cost you upwards of $1 million in interest rates, fees, and other unnecessary charges over your lifetime? And did you know 80% of credit reports have errors causing lower credit scores. And did you know 43 million people have a credit score of 599 or less?
Less than perfect credit leaves you with little or no control. The Healthy Credit Gals can help. We are the Healthy Credit Gals. Let us show you how to create financial fitness and peace of mind. Tune in and let's talk credit on 1470 AM and 95.3 FM.
Celebrity Mortgage Corporation, where everyone is treated like a star. The process of obtaining a mortgage to purchase or refinance residential property doesn't have to be overwhelming. I'm Tanya Quarequio, the owner of Celebrity Mortgage and a licensed loan officer. Celebrity Mortgage has helped thousands of clients in Florida realize their dream of homeownership, and we can help you too. We know every family and individual is unique in their needs and requirements. As a mortgage brokerage business, we have access to hundreds of loan programs and thousands of lenders. We will help find the right program that works for you. Tanya Quarequio, NMLS 88836, Celebrity Mortgage, NMLS 206978, where everyone is treated like a star.
Did you know most people have no idea how their credit score works and no idea what their credit score is? Most people think just paying bills on time will ensure the best score possible. The reality is, 5 factors determine your credit rating: types of credit, length of credit, amount owed, inquiries, and payment history.
Did you know an employer can use your credit scores and history to determine whether they want to hire you? Your credit scores determine the premiums you pay for insurance on your car and homeowners insurance, as well as other premiums. Your credit score also determines the interest rates for your mortgage and car loans. Even your utilities and cell phone is based on your credit score. Crazy, right? Low credit scores is like flushing money down the drain.
We can put money back in your pocket. Tune in and let's talk credit. We are the Healthy Credit Gals. Let us show you how to create financial fitness and peace of mind.
You've been listening to the Healthy Credit Gals inform you of how important good credit is and the stressful impact bad credit can have on your overall well-being. Visit our website at thehealthycreditgals.com and learn what options you have. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hello again. We are back and we are talking about fabulous women and entrepreneurship and how to live that life of our dreams, your dream, your passion.
I think entrepreneurship has really taken over. It's become so much more popular. There's more people thinking outside of the box than ever before.
Right.
So that's why we want
to. I think
you
we
have
have
to.
to
Yeah.
whether you're trying to make your month end and meet, or you really want to have the ability to live your passion and the life of your dreams, and how are you going to do that? And we have a variety of ways of doing it. So before we move on, we're just going to throw out our website again, the www.thehealthycreditgals.com, or visit us on our Facebook page, and lots of opportunities there.
Yes, I think our opportunity, check out the actual business tab, and that will give you a lot of information. But I also want to ask these ladies, since we're talking about women and how women can take control of their financial health and financial situation, how what you're doing now ties into giving back, as well as just supporting yourself, supporting your lifestyle.
And making the right decisions.
Well, I can say that I always think, and I try to teach this to my children, which I don't know that they get it as much, and I think that I got it as a dancer, is your work ethic. To work hard.
Definitely.
No matter what you do, if I'm making no money or if I'm making a lot of money, I work hard. It's just my nature. And I think that that's really important when you're young and you're in a business, or if you're building a business or whatever you're doing, that you give it your all. That doesn't mean that you don't always make time. It's just how you manage your time, because I do believe you always need, giving back is always part of what I do. And I will talk about, I have a friend of mine who's 75, and she made poor choices. And people say to her, so she was telling me the other day how people come up to her and say, oh my God, I can't believe you do what you do. You get up, she started a new job about 5 years ago, gets up at 5 in the morning doing a job that she doesn't love. But she said she does it because she has to. And she said, you know, she tells people it's because of the choices I made when I was younger.
Yes.
I love that story.
You know, and it really is important to, you know, think about those choices that you make and make the effort when you're able to do it, because you never know. And I do, you know, I also like, as someone who's always been an artist or a dancer, and I love the book Big Magic and by Elizabeth Gilbert about living a creative life. But she also says, don't quit your day job.
Right.
Don't quit your day job and be a starving artist until you are able to make a living doing that. You know,
Yes.
I'm fortunate. I mean, I'm 62. I've raised my kids. I've worked. You know, I'm in a little bit of a different position where now I'm able to do my philanthropy. And even though I sell some of my work, I'm actually in this gallery. But I also am in a position where I can make enough money at least to give it back and give it away. But I worked hard to get to the place I am. You know?
And I think all of our decisions, you know, we're guided by what we see and what our parents exemplify to us when we're children. So that's again going back to the youth financial literacy.
Right.
We're not really exposed to it unless we're exposed to it by our parents. So our choices all come usually from the foundation that we're exposed to, right?
Yeah, when I hear that, I love that you said that, because I don't understand why that isn't taught in school.
It's not taught in
It should be
school.
taught in high school. Life skills, financial responsibility, how to write a check, how to
Yes.
do anything. Well, no one writes a check
No one
anymore.
writes.
But I mean,
But they still should know how to.
They need
because
to know how to subtract what they're taking out from
or
their
just
bank
life
account.
skills, or
and have a budget.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
It should
budgets
be-
are the most important.
Right.
More money going out than more money coming
Coming
in
in
is
is
one of the
not-
biggest
is
issues
not a
that
good thing.
get
Right.
people into a financial
Right.
bind and put them in a bad situation.
And I
So-
would go so far further as say even to have an abundance mentality and not a poverty mentality.
That's
That-
that's a beauty.
Yeah.
That's
You know, I-
great.
you know, that
Yes.
that
Yes.
having a budget doesn't mean that you're budgeted and you have to be
That you're
say no
limited.
to everything.
Right.
You can still buy flowers for your table if that's what's important to you.
Yes.
But I think understanding needs and wants is an issue, and
Right.
and you can get your wants if there's money in the account. You need to make sure there's money in the account for your
Right.
absolute needs.
Right, absolutely.
And then your wants.
And then your wants,
Right.
correct. So
Right.
it is a mindset and understanding how your bank account works.
And by the way, I just wanted to say that Lori and I, we have crossed paths by doing what we do, because I didn't know Lori. Well, I'd seen you around, but I didn't really know you. And I had gone to a couple of her day spas for the foundation,
Heart.
for Touch a Heart. And then I had been at
Susan B. Anthony Women's Recovery
Yeah.
Center.
and I was doing pictures for Mother's Day for the women there with their children. And there was Lori part of a party, and we've come together that way.
Givers seem to attract to givers.
Yes.
So it's a community, and it's, I think, part of your heart that makes you want to be a giver, and that attracts other givers around you. I think that's great for community.
And there actually are now, you know, there's research behind it. It's not just that your friend said about suicide prevention. There's actual research on
Yes.
those, you know, and that's part of the research. Happier people are people that give back.
Absolutely. And we want to make sure while you're talking about that we speak about the Heart of Del Rey Art
Yeah,
Gallery.
right.
This is
That's
where
it.
you were.
This
I
can we
do have
see?
some work
Can-
there.
Is this
Yes,
showing
let's
up?
go ahead and hold
Okay,
that
this
up.
is totally non-typical of what I typically do, but this is a bit of an aberration for me. But this is a dancer, because I am a dancer. And
Which
this is
is
just me
beautiful.
having fun using Photoshop, because that's not typically what I do, but it was fun and
So
different.
Lisa, can you just share with people how they can reach out to you or find you, the address here, websites, what phone numbers for you?
Gee, I don't even know what the address here, but it's on Northeast.
1440.
1440. Federal Highway in Delray Beach, Florida.
14,
But
yes.
it's 14 blocks north of Atlantic Avenue. That's always the way I describe it, on Federal Highway. And it's a beautiful gallery with
beautiful
amazing art. I
gallery.
highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, if you haven't been here, you want to.
It's really-
you want to see this.
Yeah, it's a
place.
beautiful gallery.
And to reach you?
And for me personally, I am Lisa Nalven, Nalven. I do have a website that's Lisa Nalven Photography, but that's which is still good. It shows the work I've done in the past, but really what I'm trying to sell, or it's not even sell, it's just to promote, is lisanalvin.com, which is
Okay.
my blog, which is my new blog, which is fluid, and I should be posting more, but who am I answering to? It's me. But I'm getting there, I'm starting it, and that's really what my passion is. And that's where I believe the next part of my life will go, because of the choices I've made and the hard work that I've put in. And I continue to work even when I don't have to or need to, because it
You
affords
want
me,
to. You
I
want
want to,
to.
and it affords me to keep doing what I do without
Which
going
is
into my
awesome.
savings.
Again,
Because-
just having that entrepreneurial life where you can make your own schedule, make your own choices.
Right.
And that doesn't come easy.
No, it
You
doesn't.
have to put in the hard work to,
Right.
to
But
be
it
able
is
to
a
get the result.
choice.
It is a choice.
I mean, we all have choices.
Right, and I still do it. I mean, I still work so that I can do what I do.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump back in with Lori. Lori, do you want to share where people can find your artwork and your candles and
Thank you.
how we can reach you?
Well, first I want to say that most of my artwork is custom. So this is just a couple of little sizes. I call this my little mini sweetheart, and it just sits on a desk or a vanity or a bookshelf. And this is a 12 by 12 inch, but I make series that go over your living room couch. So most of my work is commissioned, so you contact me and you tell me your size and your color and your colors, or if it's for a gift, a lot of times my hearts will have a quote inside. And so most of it is custom, and I can be reached either on my website, which is heartart.com. You know those domains, things are taken, you have to find one.
Wait, say it real fast. Say
hearttoheartart.com. Like I said 3 times.
Yes, hearttoheartart.com.
You can also find me that same way on Facebook and also on Instagram under Heart to Heart Art paintings _ candles, or candles _ paintings. If you put in Heart to Heart Art, you'll find it.
You can just
But
search
if you put in Heart to Heart, art, you might get a dating website. So make sure you put the art on the end.
Oh, that's funny.
So this is so awesome to be able to promote women entrepreneurs that are taking control of their lives and being able to give back and do something, follow a passion that they love, and be able to share it with others. I think it's just really amazing that this is a way that can actually financially keep you healthy, which is what we're all about, as
Right.
well as keeping a peace of mind, which is another thing that's really passionate for us. Like you said, what we do is not so sexy. But it's something that we love because the outcome is we help so many people, whether
we
it's
do.
them becoming their own entrepreneur and helping assist them to become successful, or just helping people fix their credit, learn about finances, affecting our youth and being able to educate our youth. I think all of those things really tick a box for me and make me feel passionate about what we do.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what is sexy about what we do is that we have set ourselves up to have the time to do what we want to do. And that's a beautiful thing. So I know Lori travels tremendously. I've recently been able to travel tremendously. I mean, as many of you know, I came out of a divorce. I came out of a bankruptcy. I've lost my business that was one of my passions in the design architectural field. And I've landed in a financial services field that is now allowing me the ability to do those things that I love once again and have the ability to start giving back. I haven't had a lot to give back, but I have given time. And when I do have the
Yes.
funds and the means, I do it as much as I possibly can because that is important to me. So there's a lot of ways to go about to find how to live the life of your dreams.
Yes. I think it's really important just to, in this day and age, to encourage people to get outside of the box. You know, we've all been raised, I think, in our era to go to school, get an education, go to college, end up with bills, having student loans from going to college, and then try to find a job. And so many people, like you mentioned earlier, Lisa, your 75-year-old friend, get a job and then they don't even like what they do. So it's really important. And I think, like I mentioned before, it's becoming more and more entrepreneurial. People are taking control of their own lives a lot more so than ever before. You can't trust in the government and the money coming in from Social Security as much as you used to be able to. So the way of life and the picture that we are painted, that we're thrown into, is much different nowadays than it ever has been.
Absolutely.
So I encourage people, whether it's doing something that, we're presenting to you, or just exploring what your passion is, find a way, because when it's your passion, it doesn't seem like work. And it's very rewarding if it involves helping others.
Absolutely. And I know right now I walk into Publix, and a lot of the seniors are the bag boys, and these younger, the 16, 17, 18-year-old kids can't find jobs because seniors have it. Which, I mean, listen, if you love being a bag boy, all the more power to you. But if you're doing it because you have to, and this was the only thing that you feel you had the capabilities of, there are other opportunities.
Yes.
and check it out, because I'm a senior.
I wouldn't say a senior.
Well, I'm 57.
No, you're getting there. You're not quite.
Not considered a senior
I'm
yet.
qualified for
I'm
AARP.
57 and I'm not a senior.
I'm 62 and getting younger.
I haven't signed up for AARP yet, but I've been getting it in the mail for.
I've been getting it since I was 40. It doesn't make you a senior. And just like Dr.
young as
Christine
you feel.
Northrup says, there is no box and there is no social stigma to a number.
Well,
it's
if you're
whatever you feel.
A
So,
senior fighting being a senior.
Young at heart.
young at heart, and that number is really just something in your mind. We don't have to fit into that stigma of how we're supposed to feel physically or how we're supposed to feel mentally when we turn a certain age. So I think breaking the glass ceiling on everything is so important.
I'm going to plug this because I recently did a really hard job, and I was really spent, and I'm thinking, I don't know anybody else that would work as hard as I did doing what I was doing. And I mean, I don't care what age they are. And I thought I could have said, oh my God, I'm too old for this. What am I doing? And I said, no, how grateful I am that I can still do this.
Absolutely.
I turn that around and say, I'm young,
Yeah, so
And
it is
awesome.
all about what your mindset is. Your body believes what your mind tells you. Even if you feel the pains, it's really important to get a positive mindset in your mind.
With keep the mind and the body connected with positive thoughts.
And we're going to take a break on that note. That's a happy note to take a break on.
We're
Here we go.
actually signing out. So
that went so fast. So we're going to see you guys next week. It was great talking about entrepreneurship, and we will be back next week with a great show as well. Stay with us and stay tuned for next week's show.
bye.
You've been listening to the Healthy Credit Gals with solutions on how to create financial fitness and peace of mind. Visit our website, thehealthycreditgals.com, or call us at 888-315-3182. See you next week. Same time, same place for more tips and info. Enjoy the weekend.